How do I survive nursing school? This is a question that came to me through a nursing student via my son. So when my son is out meeting new people, he tends to meet a lot of nurses, and he always comes home and says, "Mom, how did I meet all these nursing people? And oh, by the way, they want you to answer this question." And the question that came last week was, ask your mom, how do I survive nursing school? My name's Tammy with NurseMinder, and that's what I'm going to share with you in this video is some strategies on how to survive it. Now, first of all, I have to share with you, we did a music video several years back for Norquest College. It's on the internet. It's called Dear Future Nurse. And we took the advice that end of first term students would give themselves if they could go back to day one. So if you want to know how to survive nursing school, that video is a great place to start. And of course, I will link up the video in the description below so you can find it really easily. And yes, it is me singing. Now, this might actually work for med school too, but the thing you need to know about studying healthcare is there is a massive volume of information that you are going to get assigned to you that there's no way you can recall it. So don't set yourself to the standard that you are expected to recall it. Instead, focus on the learning objectives. They're going to tell you what you need to know. And the key thing in those learning objectives is the verb. So if it says list the steps of cellular division, you simply list A, B, C, D. That's it. Don't learn it any deeper. If it says describe or explain, then you'll need to actually go through each step and understand it so that you can teach somebody. There is another descriptive word, identify. If you need to identify, then it's likely going to be an image that you are going to have to label. So recognize the verb is important to this learning objective, and the learning objective is going to guide you where in the book you need to read. You do not need to read the entire chapters. That being said, most learning objectives may actually follow the chapter, but that's okay. Focus on what it's asking you to do. So that's the second tip in terms of surviving nursing school. Now, the third tip is just give yourself grace. And in fact, this should be the very first tip because as you're reading through, you're going to be assigned multiple chapters a day per class with the expectation that you're ready to go next class. It can feel overwhelming. Do what you can, give yourself breaks, and connect in with some study groups. Now, there will be strategies that will be offered to you in school to maybe break up the reading. So have a group of 4 and you guys assign a chapter to each person. They make the notes and they give them to you to help reduce the time that you spend reading. It's a great strategy if that supports you. I was never the student who would accept somebody else's work as my own. I still read all the chapters and made my own notes, but that's just me. If that works for you, utilize that. You don't have to do all the work. In nursing, we don't do all the work. We work as a team. So as long as you're confident that they have given you the highlights that you need to know and they answer the learning objectives, critical, then that's an excellent strategy to help reduce the workload. But then also get together and quiz each other and share what you're learning because that's another level of deepening the knowledge base for you. How did you survive nursing school? Drop it in the comments below because I'll tell you what, you guys have a vast experience that you need to share so that others can see how you are making it work for you so that they don't give up on their dreams. So share below. Now, I don't know if I've said this tip yet, but take a break. Your brain works best when it's not stressed. If you're feeling stressed, you're feeling anxious, you're probably not going to remember what you're reading. So take a break. Give yourself 20 minutes, go for a walk, have a bath, talk to a friend, reset your brain so it's prepared to take the next set of information. All-nighter studying sessions generally don't work out very well. So make sure you're hydrated, you're eating well, you're sleeping well, and you're taking breaks. Now, last, when it comes to the exams, just know that they are designed to make you feel like you failed every time you walk out of an exam. I mean, there will be times you walk in, you're like, okay, I nailed that. Awesome. I did really good. I felt confident. Yes. But then there are those questions where you're going to be like, oh my God, there was more than one right answer. Yes, and there's a best answer. So you always need to look at your priorities. Airway is a huge priority. If you have a situation where airway is the concern, your answer should be connected to airway. So you need to in your school, find out how they're teaching those priorities, and then that is how you're going to assess the answers on every question. The second thing is you may find that they're all the answers to your question are relevant to the care that you're giving. So let's just say, for example, tracheostomy care. What would you do? And they list 4 things that would be all relevant. You need to go, which one do I have to do first before the next step becomes relevant? So when you're measuring out your answers, if you select that I need to pre-suction the client as your primary answer before you educate them, you need to consider that education of what you're doing is the highlight, the first step before you suction them. So you just understand those pieces as to, if you look at all 4 answers and all 4 are relevant, ask yourself, which one do I have to do first in order for the others to make sense? And then just enjoy it. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. You're going to be an amazing nurse whether you get a C, a B, or an A. Most of your learning comes actually when you're on the job. So what we want to focus on is getting you through school, doing what your teachers are asking you to do. So a little hint here, sometimes the textbook stuff is not what you're going to see in reality, so don't get too stressed out about that. But do ask questions. When you're in clinical and something looks different than what you were taught, ask that. Just say, hey, I was taught this a little differently. Can you share with me how you come to understand this? And lastly, there are going to be some people you encounter who are not nice. Don't accept that. You are not the reason they're not nice. That's their choice. If you happen to be working with somebody who is a bit rough around the edges, that may be a great opportunity for you to practice your communication skills and just talk to them about how you learn best, what you need from them, and ask them how you can support them as well. It's a team. And if you happen to have somebody who's unwilling to bend, then talk to your instructor. They may be able to talk with the nurse themselves. I have mediated many issues, and see how you guys can work together before you go and think all nurses are horrible and mean and this is a profession that you don't want to be in. Do the work. Do the relational work. And don't become like them. Leave a better legacy. I hope this helps. Now go out there and kick some nursing ass. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. There's tons of information on this channel here to help you out with your patho, your pharmacology, your skill set. And of course, comment, like, follow, share. I'm here to support you.